We are here with another Madden 25 fantasy draft, and today I'm doing the only drafting defensive players challenge. So in my last fantasy draft video, I did a challenge where I could only draft offensive players up to round 17. This time around for the defensive one, I'm going up to round 15 because in the previous one, I got to a point where I was just drafting backups, so it was pretty pointless. But yeah, if you have not seen my only drafting offensive players one, I recommend you check it out after finishing this one. But without further ado, let's see what pick we get. If I get like a top 5 pick, I'm actually going to be so mad because, okay, so we get pick 20. Okay, so it's not a top 5 pick, which is fine. So who's going to be on the board here? So, we got to sort by overall grade. So TJ Watt is still here. Okay, Max Crosby, Fred Warner, Dexter Lawrence. Wait, oh my gosh, I did not set it to be a snake draft, did I? Okay, well, back to the drawing board. All right, that was embarrassing. Anyways, though, so back to it. Let's see what pick I get this time around. So last time I had pick 20. Now, of course, I get pick 7. I get a top 10 pick when I'm doing defense only, so that's amazing. So if this was the offensive only one, I could have drafted Dak Prescott, Tua, or, Jalen Hurts, when I'm pretty sure my quarterback for the offensive one was like, honestly, I don't even remember. I think I got like Kirk, which, I mean, he is an 83 overall, but I mean, it's the difference between an 83 and a 90. But anyways, though, this is not the offensive only draft, it's the defensive one. And so here my options look to be Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Myles Garrett because a few videos ago I did a fantasy draft rebuild, a full-on like 3-season rebuild, which by the way, if you have not seen that, I recommend you go check that out after this one. And Myles Garrett was like actually insane in simulation and he was outperforming Micah Parsons. So that's the reason I'm going to take Myles Garrett here in round 1 with pick number 7, even though it says pick 11. Yeah, we're taking Myles Garrett here to start off the defensive only draft. All right, back on the board back on the clock for round 2 here. So there's still plenty of offensive players here. Chris Jones is here, so wow, we could just have like the best defensive line in the league already by adding Chris Jones. But the thing is, though, I do want to add a corner. Just not this round. I think I have to take Chris Jones. Like the fact that he's still here in round 2, pick 26, there's no way he would be available by my next pick. So we're just going to take Chris Jones here and then we'll worry about the secondary in the next round. Okay, here in round 3, I want to take a corner, absolutely. So Darius Slay is currently the highest rated corner at 88 overall. And since this is only a 1-season thing, I don't really care about the ages of any of the players that I'm drafting. So yeah, we're going to add Darius Slay here in round number 3. Okay, round 4, where do I want to go? I could take Bobby Ukirike, or Demario Davis at 94 overall is still here. So we could add another corner, we could add a safety. Well, I mean, there's plenty of good safeties. We can really wait on a safety. But the thing is that, we could add Khalil Mack. Wow, there's so much defensive talent here. It's actually insane. But I mean, Demario Davis is here and at 94 overall. It's very hard to pass him up. So yeah, we are going to pick Demario Davis here in round 4. Which, I mean, I don't know if he would be available round 5 because of his age. It's possible that CPU teams just like pass up on him. But I mean, at 94 overall, I just had to take him. Okay, so now in round 5. So I think I want to add another defensive lineman. So DeMarcus Lawrence is still here. I highly doubt he makes it to round 6. So do I just add DeMarcus Lawrence here and then just have like the best defensive line in the league? I think that's what I'll do actually because the corners are starting to drop off in overall, but I mean, I don't know, like the lowest out of the top corners is an 81, whereas it's a 78 for edge rushers. So, I mean, this is tough. Okay, you know what? It's probably smarter to just take a corner here because the corners, they start to go very fast. So, I might as well just take one here. Teron Johnson here in round 5. Welcome to the team. So, for round 6, I will take an edge rusher here. So, Cameron Jordan is here. Von Miller. I'm pretty sure Von Miller does a lot better than Cameron Jordan, at least what I've seen in Sim. So, I might lean towards Von Miller here unless Dre Greenlaw, he's not an edge rusher. So I'm going to take Von Miller here. Even though he is less of an overall by 1 overall point, I have seen Von Miller perform better than Cameron Jordan in simulation, so I feel like it makes a little more sense here. So yeah, Von Miller here in round 6. I just saw Tyrann Mathieu is still here. So, I mean, 92 overall, I might as well take him. We'll add our first safety onto the team. In round 7, Tyrann Mathieu, welcome to the team. Man, we are just flying through this draft. We are already on round 8. I'm going up to round, I believe, 15. That's what I said. Harrison Smith is still here. And as a Vikings fan, I love Harrison Smith. But, I got to look around, see who's still here. So Bobby Wagner is still here. The thing is, though, Bobby Wagner will be available till round, 11, I would imagine. So I can wait on Bobby Wagner. DJ Reader is here. We can add him and complete our defensive line. But I mean, Harrison Smith is here. And as a Vikings fan, I love Harrison Smith. So I am going to add him to our team here. Harrison Smith here in round 8. But anyways, though, we are going to add, we should go defensive tackle here, right? I feel like that makes the most sense. And just complete our defensive line. So DJ Reader, he's still here, so why not? DJ Reader here in round 9. We'll add him here and complete our defensive line. Okay, for round 10, I'm basically just drafting linebackers, I guess. Well, I also do need a slot cornerback, which, Mike Hilton is here, and I'm pretty sure Mike Hilton is considered one of the best slot corners in the league, if I'm not mistaken. So, I might as well just take him here, and then I'll worry about linebacker next round, because there's plenty of good linebackers here, so yeah, Mike Hilton, the last 80 overall corner on the board. So, yeah, we're going to be taking him here in round 10. Okay, now it is time to take some linebackers. So, Bobby Wagner, like I said, he would be available in round 11. And here he is. So, yeah, we are going to take Bobby Wagner here and add another linebacker to this already amazing defense. In round 12, I just have a few more picks remaining, so I'm going to take my third linebacker here, and I believe, yes, it will be Quincy Williams at 84 overall, so that means all 3 of my starting linebackers will be at 84 overall or above, so that's very solid for this defense. So yeah, Quincy Williams here in round 12. So now in round 13, where do I really go with this pick? Because we're full on every position, and it's not like I can make trades, so drafting Cameron Jordan and trading him wouldn't really make much sense. So where do I go? I guess I should just take a 4th corner. Why not? So Isaiah Rodgers is ranked number 1 on here, so we'll take him. Isaiah Rodgers here in round 13. Now for round 14, we have 2 picks remaining. I'm just kind of curious what quarterbacks are available here. So Russell Wilson. So if Russell Wilson just lasts until round 16, we can actually have a decent quarterback on this team. So that's actually pretty solid. But as for running backs, we might get James Conner. He's usually available pretty late, so pretty likely we'll get him. Maybe we get Kyle Juszczyk. He would be the highest rated player on our offense for sure if we got him. Adam Thielen's still here. He'll definitely be available later on. So, if the CPU picked him up, that would be solid. But yeah, our offensive line, for some reason, the right guard is glitched. I don't understand it. But I don't know how long it's been this way before, but I just know I did a video a few weeks ago and it was like this. So yeah, I guess it's still not fixed, which, that's whatever. But what I think I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draft a left outside linebacker. The reason being is because I do not want the CPU to take one, because for some reason the CPU will just see that I have 0 and just draft one anyways. And so I don't want the CPU to prioritize drafting a left outside linebacker over an offensive position. So I'm just going to take Brandon Graham here, and I know he's an edge rusher, so I'm going to move him to defensive end after the draft. So he'll just be like a depth piece, but yeah, I'm just going to take him here so the CPU doesn't take a left outside linebacker. Okay, and so I have one final pick remaining, and left end. I do need to take a left end just so the CPU doesn't do one. But the thing is, though, I can't take Cameron Jordan, because if I do, the CPU is going to start him over Von Miller just because of the overall difference. So what I'm going to do instead is just take Zach Seiler. So yeah, he's going to be my last pick here, and with my defense complete in round 15, I'm just going to sim through the rest of the draft and allow the CPU to draft my offense. And we'll go check out what the CPU got for us momentarily. Alright, so at first glance, our offense is at a 75 overall, but our defense is at a 93. So let's just check out what the CPU got for us. Maybe we got Russell Wilson, that would be solid. So we got Sam Darnold. And as a Vikings fan, getting the future MVP is always solid. But yeah, I guess our offense, wasn't it just at a 73? I did the reorder depth chart thing, and we're up to a 75. So I mean, I don't know. Am I like wrong? I thought it was at 73, but I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But so yeah, this is our offense. We got Sam Darnold at quarterback, Elijah Mitchell, who I really like at running back, with wide receivers Joshua Palmer, Mecole Hardman. Quentin Johnston is here as well, teammate with Joshua Palmer. Jalen Hyatt's here as well, who I am a big fan of Jalen Hyatt. We got Taysom Hill at tight end. You know, we could run some sets where he's at quarterback as well. And then as for the offensive line, everyone is at least a 73 overall except, you know, our center, which, I mean, we could just put Jawan Taylor at center. I just realized that. So, I mean, we have an entire offensive line of at least 73 overalls. So, did that move us up? No, it didn't. Okay, well, that's whatever. But we also got Jamal Williams. I just realized that. And Leonard Fournette. And Delvin Cook, so we got plenty of running backs in this offense. So, I mean, we could just have a new running back every down and just have fresh legs on the field every play. But yeah, this is what the offense is looking like. Sam Darnold, I don't know how he's only a 73 overall. You know, in my opinion, he should be a 99 overall. Which, speaking of which, I did just do a short the other day of what if Sam Darnold was a 99 overall. So, you know, if you're interested in checking out that short, feel free to do so. So, as for the playbook, I do run the Chiefs playbook for offense and defense for Sims. But here, I'm just going to stick with the Colts playbook just so we can see how this team does, you know, using that playbook. I will switch to the Chiefs playbook for defense just because, you know, I've heard that's the best one to use for offense and defense. But here I'm using it for just the defense because I want to leave the offensive one as the Colts one. I'm not really sure how much of a difference it will make, but, you know, we'll just see what happens. But yeah, with that being said, that is what the offense is looking like. Now let's check out the 95 overall defense. So yeah, there's just one word to describe this defense, and it's just insane. We have a defensive line that has Myles Garrett, Chris Jones, DJ Reader, and Von Miller. And then we got Brandon Graham and Zach Seiler as depth pieces for this defensive line. If we don't lead the league in sacks, there's definitely something wrong with this game. Well, I mean, there already is plenty of things wrong with this game, but like if we don't lead the league in sacks, there's like even more things wrong with this game. And on that same note, we should be the #1 team against the run, you know, because of this front seven, you know, this defensive line, Bobby Wagner, Demario Davis, Quincy Williams, we should be the #1 team against the run as well. But, you know, knowing Madden will probably be like top 20. But I mean, I guess as long as we're top 32, I can't complain. But yeah, then looking to the secondary, we got Darius Slay, Teron Johnson, Tyrann Mathieu, Harrison Smith, and Mike Hilton as well. So, I mean, when you think about it, we should be the #1 team against the pass because we do have a very good secondary and our linebackers are very good in coverage as well. And this defensive line should give the quarterback like, what, half a second to throw? So, I mean, on paper, we should have the #1 defense in the league. But again, this is Madden, so you never really know for sure what will happen. Even though, you know, logically speaking, this should be the #1 defense. And I mean, just in general, I feel like this defense has a very easy job. Just hold teams under like 20 points, I would say, and I think that's very doable with this defense. And if this offense can just score like 3 touchdowns a game, I don't care how they got to do it. If they got to hand the ball off 30 times a game, if we got to throw it 30 times a game, whatever we got to do. If we can put 21 points on the board every single game, we could go undefeated. Because there's also the possibility of getting defensive touchdowns as well. So, you know, that's something we could consider. But I mean, we are moments away from finding out how well this defense actually will do. And so with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get started with the season simulation. But before we do that, we got to do the record prediction. Because, you know, we do that before every sim. So my prediction, I'm going to predict that we go, you know, I'm going to say 11-6. I feel like we'll go 11-6. Most likely we'll win our division. But I mean, I guess winning the division doesn't really matter because, you know, we want to make the playoffs and, you know, winning the Super Bowl is the main goal. So, I mean, just getting to the playoffs and winning our games, getting to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. You know, however we got to do it. If we do it as the 7 seed, cool. The 1 seed, cool. Getting the Super Bowl is the main goal. But yeah, you guys can comment your record predictions if you would like. And without further ado, let's go ahead and sim the season. Alright, so at the midway point of the year, so for some reason the recording glitched out here, don't know why, but all I said was we are currently sitting at 3-4, that's literally all that I was talking about. But yeah, with that being said, back to the video. But you know, there is still plenty of time left in the season, and our recent game we won 40-10, so we really put up 40 points with this offense, that's insane. However, there is something I noticed, upgrade players. So, you know, it is kind of cheating, but I mean, I guess really not because I make the rules, so I say it's not cheating. So, We're just gonna do that real quick. And then also manage staff. You know, we got 106 staff points, so I mean, we might as well just upgrade everything for our quarterback because yeah, that will help. If it gives us a boost for this season, we'll do it. I honestly have no idea what I'm upgrading. I'm just doing random quarterback stuff. But yeah, hopefully that helps out Sam Darnold moving forward. So yeah, like I said, we are currently sitting at 3-4. So we are in third place in the AFC South right now, but we are only behind by a game, so that's whatever. But we are also currently sitting at the 10th seed overall. So, you know, there's definitely some work to be done, but there is still plenty of time in order to do that work. Looking at league leaders, Chris Jones is in second place for sacks. So TJ Watt, 13 sacks through, what is this, week 8 or something like that. So yeah, TJ Watt is just actually insane. Chris Jones with 8 sacks, so he's averaging a sack a game, unless we've already had our bye week, so then that would be like, what, 1.25 sacks a game? I honestly don't even know. But yeah, he's currently our only league leader at this point in time. Looking at team ranks now. Offensive wise, surprisingly, we're not 32nd for everything. We're actually top 27 in everything. And we're actually top 15 with pass yards per game. So, I mean, that's actually a lot better than I would have thought. Defensive wise, though, we are not doing as good as I thought because we are 6th with defensive points per game, 22nd against the pass. That's wow. 22nd? Seriously? That's wow. Okay. And then we are 4th against the run, but I mean 22nd against the pass, like dude, that's actually insane. How are we 22nd against the pass? There's got to be something wrong with the depth chart because 22nd against the pass, like I don't understand how is that even happening. Maybe if I put like Darnay Holmes as like our 3rd slot corner, that might fix it. I don't know. Sometimes like the simulation is weird with like your slot corner. Like I don't know. That's just maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but that could be the case. I don't know. But yeah, 22nd against the pass. That's very strange. But I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll improve throughout the rest of the season. I don't know. But actually, just out of curiosity, before we go on to some of the rest of the season, where do we rank in terms of sacks? So I'm just curious because, you know, that's a big thing with me, getting all the sacks in the world. So the Steelers are number 1 with 28. And we are number 2 with 19. For some reason, it doesn't matter how good of a defensive line I build, there's just another team that's always better than us. And just out of curiosity, we got to see who's on that Steelers defensive line. So it looks to be, you know, obviously TJ Watt's out there. Frankie Louvu. Do they have Frankie Louvu as an edge rusher? Okay, they have Grady Jarrett, Cameron Jordan, Chris Jenkins Jr. as their defensive line. So, I mean, I understand TJ Watt, you know, leading the way with 13.5, but like overall, they seriously have more sacks than our defense line. Okay, well, I guess I don't know what to say to that. All right, well, that concludes our mid-season checkup on how the team is doing. I'm going to advance on to the playoffs now, and we'll see if we can turn around this season and make it. Alright guys, I gotta be honest, I was simming week by week just so I could upgrade players and do the managed staff, and it was not looking too good, and yeah, we go 6-11. So, I mean, less than ideal. The defense was not able to carry us the way the offense was in the offense-only draft, which, by the way, if you have not seen that, I recommend you go check that out right now because this video is pretty much done. But wow, 6-11 though, that's actually like literally the exact opposite of what I predicted of us going 11-6. But yeah, Demario Davis led the league in sacks, or not sacks, tackles. Chris Jones, 3rd place for sacks, 16 tackles for loss though. So that was a great season for Chris Jones, but I mean, not good enough because we missed the playoffs. The most important thing though, did we lead the league in sacks? Probably not because the Steelers had 59. So we were 3rd place. Seriously, we had 10 less sacks than the Steelers. Okay. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I should have used a different playbook because, well, actually, I don't really know how much the playbook would have had an effect on anything because, you know, our offense was like a 75 overall. So I don't know. But I mean, in terms of our team ranks, we were seriously 31st with pass yards and 30th with rush yards. Like, that's, I don't understand that, dude. Like, what and how? Like, dude, how? I understand, you know, this is Madden, but like, how does this happen? Like, my defense was what, a 96 overall, and it was this bad Like, I don't understand that. Maybe it was a playbook thing, or maybe it's just a Madden thing. I don't understand though. Like, seriously, that's insane. But yeah, with all that being said, that is going to be the end of the defensive only draft in Madden 25. If you guys would like to see another fantasy draft challenge, you guys can let me know your fantasy draft challenge ideas in the comments. And if I see one I like, I will do that challenge, and I'll even give you a shout out on the video that I do for it. So feel free to let me know in the comments any challenge you would like to see me do. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching all the way into the end. I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this and are interested in checking out my other content, I do have a ton of playlists on my page. I have Madden 25 content, College Football 25 content, NBA 2K25 content, and just gaming content in general. If you guys are interested, you guys can feel free to go check those out. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.